Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen, and all in between, and welcome to Fallout New Vegas, probably my all-time favorite RPG game I've ever played. I'm so excited to get into it and share it on the channel. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. You probably know what the game is like, and let's have some fun.
War. War never changes. When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
And that's definitely my favorite opening of any of the Fallout games I've ever played. Oh, gives me goosebumps. I've played this game loads of times and I've done all the endings, so a bit of a dab hand. Looking forward to getting back into it. I already know which ending I'm going to go for, but I won't say anything about it just yet. We'll see how we progress in our story. Maybe things will change as we go along. I also plan on playing it quite RP'ly as much as possible. I have a character in mind who I'm going to play. And now all my DLC is going to load in. There we go. I have a couple of mods, and I'll talk about them a bit later, but one we have, I'll just read it while we're here. New Vegas bounties. As several factions vie for control of New Vegas, the demand for independent contractors has soared. Numerous firms have emerged that specialize in the profitable, albeit risky, enterprise of bounty hunting. Word has reached you that one nascent company, Randall and Associates, is screening applicants for employment. To begin the application process, collect the recruitment module at the saloon in Goodsprings, which, thankfully enough, we happen to be in right now.
You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name? I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name.
Well,
I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Goodsprings.
hi Doc.
Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place.
Probably did. Surprised I'm still alive.
How'd I do?
So we're going to play as a female, and my character's kind of a savvy, opportunistic lady. Unfortunately, I couldn't get Fallout character overhauls to work, which would have given me really good graphics for my NPCs and player character, but I couldn't get it to work, so I'll try and get it to work as we go through the series, but for now we'll go with what we've got. Let's go Asian. Possibly. Yeah, let's go with that. Let me optimize her a little bit. Hazel. Dark brown actually matches her skin color. A little bit older. We've got experience in the Wasteland. We've been around a bit. I promise I won't spend too long going through all of this, but I do want to make the characters close to what I have in mind as possible. Okay, the sophisticated is an option. Sophisticated it is. Yeah. For some reason I tend to like playing women with grey hair. It just gives them the kind of experience, or steel even. Looks quite good. Let's go with that. That's our character. That's Olivia Stanton.
Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet.
Bit groggy,
Good.
but getting shot in the head will do
Why
that.
don't you walk down to the end of the room, over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
You're the boss, Doc.
Ooh, looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you got back all your faculties.
So, I haven't entirely thought out how I want to do my special stats, but we'll read through them anyway and then I'll decide at the end. So strength. Strength will tell you how easily a cowboy tots his saddle and those bigger firearms, or how much help he's going to be for you in a saloon brawl. Perception. A perceptive cowboy always knows when there's a lit stick of dynamite nearby, or when a varmint's sneaking up on him. Endurance. You can't keep a good cowboy down, not if he's the enduring type, and not if he's got a 6-shooter the size of all tarnation. Charisma. You'll find there are some smooth-talking cowboys out there that got themselves a voice sound like an angel's harmonica. I'm not going to try to do a western cowboy accent. A smart cowboy is good at most anything from sucking the poison out of your rattler bite to fixing your broken wagon axle. Agility. When a fella's in a gunfight and shoots the other guy 6 times before they can get off a shot, it's cause that fella is agile. And then luck. Some folks claim not to believe in luck, but when they lose in a duel, you'll hear them say, "That lucky son of a gun." I think I'm going to reduce strength a little bit. I mean, my character is going to focus on charisma and intelligence mainly, and probably agility. Kind of a quick drawn, quick talking cowgirl, I guess. Perception is handy as well. We've got 7 points, so I want to get at least charisma and intelligence to 7 and agility to 6. Gives us 2 more, maybe perception 1. And let's put an extra one in charisma. Why not? We can change as we go along through the game as well. If you pick rightly though, in the next couple of options, you'll be able to do all the speech checks in the first town. So I might try and do that.
Yeah, that's a pretty standard score there, but after what you've been through, I'd say that's great news. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn are dropping. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking.
What's quite cool is if you specialize in a skill with the tester, you get like 10 in endurance. He has special dialogue for each one.
All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
Cat. Yep, cat's an option. But that is genuinely what would come to my mind first. But actually, I'm not playing as me. I'm playing as Olivia. What would she? Train, I think.
House.
Investment.
Night.
Dream.
Bandit.
Bribe.
Light.
Inspiration. She's very philosophical, our Olivia.
Mother.
Caretaker.
Okay. Now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
I mean, we are much more of a talker, so I wouldn't say I strongly agree with that, but at the same time, we're no pushover, so I'd say it's not much in our nature, but we can when we need to.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
That's not true. We can make use of people when we need to. But we are also independent.
I'm always fixing to be the center of attention.
That's not true. We prefer to work in the scenes.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
No, we are able to adapt as we need to.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on.
That's definitely true. Sometimes irrationally.
Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
Looks like an upside down mushroom cloud. A broken chain.
Okay. How about this one?
Priceless work of art.
Last one.
I don't see any of these options in these photographs, by the way, but I'm just going to pick them.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
I am going to change these, not to the skills I will be using, which will probably be guns, speech, and medicine, but I want to use them to get plus 25 in barter, in explosives, and in speech, so we can smooth talk when we need to, because there's a couple of speech options that will come up later on, and I'll explain as we go along. But I'm not focusing on explosives or barter, but I need them for skill checks coming up.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out, so
It's
I
a
can
nice
get a
rook.
sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Now, when I first got this game when I was a kid, I used to pick fast shot, and where is it? Trigger discipline, which is ironic because they cancel each other out, so it was useless. I think what I'll get is skilled. We're skilled but not experienced. We get plus 5 points to every skill, but we suffer from minus 10%. Actually, that's not what I wanted. It's not quite good. Wild Wasteland is quite interesting, but I never really played with that. I don't get good natured because we are much more, barter, medicine, repair, science, and speech is more important to us. Early bird's an option, but I tend to like skulking around the desert at night time. It's quite atmospheric, this game. That could be interesting, hot-blooded. We did say we rush into our problems head on. Let's go with trigger discipline. We're more accurate, but we fire more slowly.
Alright, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
Thanks, Doc. I think I will do a playthrough of Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 at some point as well. I have problems with Fallout 3 crashing that I can't really seem to fix every kind of couple of, well, about 20 minutes or so, but I'll work on that. I would like to play all 3 on the channel.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Was my wife's.
Oh, was his wife taken
I
from him?
think she was about your size, and she hardly wore it after we left the vault. Felt it was too brazen.
Well, thanks for patching me up, Doc.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Well, thanks, Doc. And I am going to play in hardcore mode because it's much more immersive, I think. So Fallout New Vegas allows you to play in a new hardcore mode that greatly increases the challenge of the game. In this mode, Stimpaks heal over time instead of instantly, and cannot mend broken limbs. Radaway removes radiation over time instead of instantly as well. Ammunition has weight, and dehydration is a constant concern. It can be a pain in the ass sometimes, but it's worth it, I think. And I have played the game on one hardcore mode, so I know I can do it. And you can turn it off anytime if it gets too much. But it says there's a special reward at the end of the game if you complete it, but I can't remember what that is. It's nothing important really. Quest completed. Our first quest ain't that a kick in the head. I forgot actually I installed a new Pip-Boy which I haven't used before. Ah, quite cool. I like to look at that more than the standard one. It'll take me a while to get used to the controls. I'm playing on with a controller instead of mouse and keyboard like I normally do. Oh yeah. So you see, because it's a bit of an easy start this game when you've got the regular DLC you can buy with the game, because you get all these weapons and stuff. So we're gonna have our weathered pistol, and that just tells us about each section. Our leather armor as well, ammo and so on. Unfortunately, I don't think I can play the radio stations because of copyright, but I'll see about that. So Doc did mention we got this note that he read. So Mojave Express delivery order 6 out of 6. We were a package courier, as you remember from the intro. So, instructions. Deliver the package at the north entrance of the Vegas Strip by the way of Freeside. An agent of the recipient will meet you at the checkpoint. Take possession of the package and pay for delivery. Bring the payment to Jonathan Nash at the Mojave Express Agency in Prim. Bonus on completion 250 caps. It contains one oversized poker chip composed of platinum. The platinum chip, which we saw that guy in the checkered suit wave at us. You're an authorized agent of the Mojave Express package until delivery is complete and payment has been processed. Contractually obliged to complete this transaction and materially responsible for any malfeasance or loss. Failure to deliver to the proper recipient may result in forfeiture of advance and bonus, criminal charges, and or pursuant by mercenary reclamation teams. So we better get that ship back. The Mojave Express is not responsible for any injury or loss of life you experience as a result of said reclamation efforts. Good to know. We've got 3 quests. Back in the saddle, speak to Sunny Smiles in the Prospector Saloon. They went that away. Investigate or inquire about your delivery assignment from the administrator of the Mojave Express in Prim, which is southeast of Good Springs. Speak to Victor in Good Springs and locate the men who tried to kill me and the Vegas bounties. So let's get out there. One of my favourite things about the Fallout games is this moment when you first see the world in front of you. I think Fallout 3 does it best, but Fallout New Vegas is pretty good as well. And probably Fallout 4 my least favourite of the introductions to your world, to the Wasteland. But we'll see what's out there, what's waiting for us. And we'll see how the roleplay goes as well. How our character maybe develops over the course of our journey. Partly the reason I chose Fallout New Vegas, even though it's, it came out over 10 years ago, is that it's probably one of my favourite games, and the channel is where I want to play games that I enjoy more than anything else. So if I'm enjoying it, hopefully you're enjoying it as well. And it's so good going back and revisiting these games. And I actually play Fallout New Vegas regularly, at least maybe once or twice a year fully. Maybe I'd say probably twice. And despite the fact that it was created in I think about a year, Obsidian did an incredible job. It's the best game to date, and a lot of people agree with me on that. So here we are, Good Springs. And now all our DLC is going to load in Old World Blues, Happy Trails, or Honest Hearts I should say, Lonesome Road, as well as... So we've got a few more radio stations for us. So you'll notice I've got and Gunrunner's Arsenal as well. Has been installed as well. I've got an EMB. It's EMB of the Apocalypse it's called. Here we are in New Vegas, Nevada. Who's this guy? This is Victor. Oh, and this dead money loaded as well.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle?
Ah, stop it, you. Thanks for taking me out of that grave.
Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need.
But how did you happen to find me?
I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were, so I hauled you off to the dock right quick.
Did you know who those men were who attacked me?
Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that.
How did you end up in Good Springs?
I moseyed into town, 10, 15 years ago. Before that, I can't quite seem to recall. Odd. Anyway, it's a right peaceful town, and I reckon it's as fine a place to settle as any.
I've never seen a robot like you before.
I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060B. If you ever see any of my brothers, tell them Victor says howdy.
Will do. Goodbye, my friend.
Happy trails!
So he mentioned he picked us up in the graveyard, so we're going to investigate that at some point as well. But for now, let's head into the saloon and see if we can meet this Sunny Smiles lady.
Hey.
I might need to adjust the brightness a little bit. I haven't played with this EMB before, so it might require a little bit of tweaking, so just bear with me for some technical issues going forward.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to.
I guess you're Sunny Smiles. Doc Mitchell said you could teach me to survive in the desert.
Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
I don't necessarily need a tutorial, but because I'm going to play this game like it's my first time, and that means doing certain quests that I don't particularly like doing, but getting them anyway.
Hey there.
Hey to you. Well, I love this song. I think I need to turn off the radio. Which also gives us a free rifle, which is always handy.
Now, see the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? Take this and try to hit a couple of them. That's the right idea. Get down the sight.
Not a bad shot.
Try crouching down and staying still. It'll help your aim. Nice shot. Well, that's a start. But I don't reckon you came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles. Tell you what, I gotta go chase geckos away from our water supply anyway. Darn critters are attracted to it. Why don't you come along?
Okay, I'm in.
Follow me. It's just down to the southeast a short ways.
No harm getting some more XP. And I love dogs, so it's always handy. So the couple of mods I've gotten sold are the Pip-Boy, lots of stuttering and fixings. As I said, the ENB is called ENB of the Apocalypse. So there's a couple of really good ones for New Vegas. I'd recommend checking them out. Not too complicated to install. If I could do it, you could too, no problem. We've got VATs as well, which is worth trying out. I've got a couple of mods that add these trees and such. I'm kind of still deciding whether I like them or not. I might end up getting rid of them if it looks like it's too much. I quite like the desert feel of the game. She's slowing down. Yeah, we're back on track. And the game is stuttering a little bit. Maybe I need to let go of the EMB if it's a problem going forward.
Hear that up on the ridge behind me there? We got some geckos to clear out. Bunch of little monsters is what they are. Seems like Doc Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see if we can get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump on them. More likely to hit something vital that way.
Sounds good. Yeah, you go left, I'll go right. We'll entrap them. Pinch your movement. Maybe even get them from above. So that's VAT's Vault Tech Assisted Targeting System. I don't know where we get them from here, but no harm in shooting them. Oh, we got him. Quite a little badass. Got one. Got two. Two headshots. Oh, I think they've got, because we can just sell it all. I'm already over encumbered, so maybe we won't. It's also quite good with all the extra stuff we have, because we can sell it all for a good bit of money. No. We'll let it go for now.
See? You're getting the hang of it. There's 2 more wells that still need clearing. You want, you can come along. It'd be worth a few caps to me.
Sure, let's do it.
Shouldn't take more than a couple minutes, especially with 2 of us. Come with me.
And I quite like this rifle, so. Much easier to shoot in first person, I find, as well. Aha.
Yeah.
Let's assume she gets the first one, so I'll go for the second one. Missed. Got one. Got two. Get on to the second well. Yeah, I think I might get rid of this EMB. It doesn't look as great as I thought it might. But we'll see how it gets on. I might do one video with it, one video without it, and then decide and see what it looks like. We can see the geckos down there anyway. Actually, that's a villager. Just saved your life.
Holy moly. If you hadn't come here like you done, I'd be a goner for sure. I came up here to draw water, but here, you should have what I got. You look thirsty.
And in this game, we have reputation. So I've just established reputation with the Good Springs folk. And then whether it's good or bad, people will like me or not like me. I'm already accepted, which is good. The max you can get is idolized with somebody. Let's just check our...
Now that was some good work. Even got a little exciting there at the end. Here's a little spending money for the trouble. One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested?
Sure.
Alright then. We'll need a couple ingredients to get started. Gonna want some xander root and a brock flower. Let me think now. I know I've seen brock flowers growing up at the graveyard, and I seem to remember there being xander root over by the schoolhouse. Bring those on back to me, and we'll get cooking.
Will do. So you go back to Good Springs, pick up the 2 ingredients. And it's handy because I wanted to visit the Good Springs cemetery anyway. So this is a good reason to go do that. Yeah, I think I might need to drop the EMB if it's going to be causing stuttering like this all the time. I've never used an EMB before for this game and haven't had that problem before, so... And my laptop is a Predator 300, so it should well be able to run a 10-year-old game. Good springs. So we've got to get to the schoolhouse to pick up the Alexander route. Come on. I kicked ass down there with the geckos. Now I can't even get this guy. Now I did. Yeah, Xanderds. And let's go to the place where we were shot. Oh, to think about what's going on in the wasteland right now. The Legion getting ready, the NCR's out there, the mysterious Mr. House. All waiting for us to just tip the scale in one direction or another. We're looking pretty good ourselves. I'll finish up the tutorial and then I'll call it a day. Bark Scorpion. Got him. Good shot. Well, that's the hole that Victor digged us out of. Oh, that missed. It's okay, they're running away. And we've all done that, try and run straight to Vegas, which is over there. Through that canyon of death. But there's what we need anyway, the Brock flowers. He was blocking our way. There she is. Walking away from us, which is not helping our Let's get to our destination. Come on. Powder ganger. Wait, hang on. Are we going the right way? Oh yeah. Interesting. I've never encountered a powder ganger up here. Well, they're not hostile, so no need to cause any trouble just yet. There she is.
Let me see what you got. Yeah, these'll do just fine. Just fine. All right, now. We're gonna be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try.
And we have the crafting tutorial.
That's not bad, see? All it takes to make a recipe is the right ingredients and the right know-how. Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just need to find the right place to set up shop. Workbench or reloading bench, whatever. Well, I hope that's enough to get you started. I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Cheyenne would never forgive me. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers.
Great.
She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
And that's our tutorial completed. So I'm going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed this episode and look forward to our new series. I will see you in the next video. Take care and have a good day.